Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome to Saturday. I had plans for this vlog today. I had plans for today in general, and I feel like those plans are just slipping out the window. I woke up and I did manage to actually get some sleep last night, so that's good. But I'm just still kind of in that sleepy, lazy kind of mode this morning. No, afternoon, 12:08. So yeah, I'm just feeling kind of sleepy and lazy and like I just don't really want to do much today. And like that is kind of the point of the weekend, to just do nothing if that's all you want to do. So I don't know, this might just end up being a really cozy Saturday vlog. I know I want to go hiking. That is my absolute non-negotiable. I must go hiking today. I have not been hiking since last Sunday, so it has been nearly a full week since I've been hiking. I talked about this in the last vlog, which I filmed yesterday, and so didn't end up going hiking yesterday, which was fine. You know, there were reasons, as I kind of talked about in the last vlog, but I don't have those reasons today. The sun is out, the sun is shining. There's still some nice big clouds. I'm hoping it'll still be a little bit cloudy this afternoon when we go out to the park. So that would be really, really pretty. I think the trail will be like drying out throughout the day. We've just had a lot of rain on Thursday night. Oh, it was amazing. I wish I could have vlogged that, but it was nighttime. There wouldn't have been much to vlog anyway, but oh my gosh, I'm still not over that. I was talking about that a lot in the last vlog. So far this morning, all I have done is edit that vlog. I still need to add the music to it, but the bulk of the editing is done. And yeah, I just started thinking about everything else I wanted to do today. I want to read. I really want to read. I'm still reading The Labyrinth by Kate Moss, or Mose. I don't know how she pronounces it. I'm still reading that book and I'm still really enjoying it. I'm just reading it very slowly because it's a very dense isn't the right word. There's just a lot. There's a lot of history. It switches between two different time periods, and I am getting sucked into the story, but that means I'm reading it more slowly, and it's really long, so it's just taking me a while. I did manage to renew it from the library, so I've got it for like 8 or 9 more days, but I really would like to finish it within the next 3 or 4 days if I can. So I know I want to read. I feel like I should edit and outline, but we'll see. I might do some outlining tonight while I watch TV. I might do a little bit of it. We'll just see what I feel like. I know I need coffee and I need breakfast, brunch, basically at this point. I need to eat. And then I really just want to crash on the couch, and we'll see what I feel like doing. And then the sun is now setting at 6:01. We're finally in the 6 o'clock hour for sunset. It's been in the 5 o'clock hour for what feels like a really long time now, but we're finally now in the 6 o'clock hour for sunset times, but just barely. So I'll probably start getting ready for the hike around 4, and then we'll leave here by like 4:30. So from the next 4 hours, basically, I don't know what I want to do. And I'm just feeling like today I want to do what I want to do, not what I feel like I should do. It's just one of those days. Like, I should clean up this giant mess on my desk behind me. Am I gonna do that today? Probably not. So yeah, I think we're just gonna focus on doing what I want to do. It's just gonna be a want to do day. Even though there's lots of things I should do and there's lots of things I need to do, I think today's just gonna be a I want to do this thing day. So the first thing I want to do is open a package. So I had a lovely message from one of you lovely, amazing people. I had a DM this morning from Wendy saying that she'd sent me a package to my PO box, and that she'd had confirmation that it had been delivered and just wanted to make sure that I knew about it. Which, if you do ever say, you never have to send me anything I love it when you do, but you never have to send me anything to my P.O. box. But if you ever do, even if it's just a card or something, and I love receiving cards in the mail and letters in the mail. If you ever send me something, I do appreciate when you let me know, because I don't typically get mail to the P.O. box. I only have the P.O. box because I have to have a physical mailing address for my email list. And so that's why I have it. But I figure if I have it, I may as well share it. Someone does want to send me a card or something. So I don't check it very often. I don't think I've checked it for at least 3 weeks. So thank you, Wendy, for letting me know that you have popped something in there. And I waited to open it until I got home so that I could do it on camera. And ooh. And already I can see it looks very lovely. We've got lots of little things in here. This is so exciting. Salted caramel black tea. That sounds delicious. That sounds amazing. I'll definitely give that a try. And then we've got 2 really cute cards with beautiful illustrations on them by Gabrielle Lehman.com. This is the website for the artist. And then 2 envelopes, so I could send these to someone if I wanted. And we have a letter. I'm not going to read your letter, Wendy. Yeah, she does say I can save the card, send to a friend, or just enjoy. Wendy, I'm gonna absolutely cry. So I don't want to share all the details of her letter, but just to summarize, she says that she's been watching for a couple years now, and she found me at the beginning of her journey of writing a book, and after a little more than 2 years, she managed to publish it on Amazon, and she sent me a copy of her very first full-length novel. I really am gonna cry. Your cover looks lovely. Discovering Perhaps, Book 1 by W.L. Simon. Oh, and it's a nice chunky book. If a rat looked up at you and asked for his hat back, what would you do? Violet faces that and much more in Discovering Perhaps, the first novel set in the world of Perhaps. In a quiet Midwestern town, Violet returns home from college to find her father trapped in the clutches of alcoholism, mired in his grief, and apathetic towards everyone and everything. As she reflects on how to heal their broken relationship, fate intervenes when she stumbles upon a hidden portal in the nearby woods, transporting her to an enchanted land where animals speak and amazing adventures lie ahead. Violet discovers she has a destiny to fulfill that pits her and her newfound friends against an evil set on destroying the kingdom. Discovering Perhaps is a captivating journey of courage, self-discovery, and the transformative force of love. Follow Violet as she embarks on a quest to save a magical world, discovering the true essence of home, family, and the limitless possibilities awaiting those who dare to explore. This sounds amazing. I am so proud of you. I had nothing to do with this. No matter what credit you all lovely people like to give me for inspiring you or influencing you, I take no credit in your accomplishments, but I am still so proud of you, because I know how much this takes to put out even a single book. I still really remember how terrifying that first book is. Your cover is gorgeous. Your book description, I'm jealous of. This is how you write a book description. I'm hooked. I'm intrigued. Your formatting on the inside looks fantastic. I'm so happy for you. I really, really am. And I can't wait to read this. And then this will definitely get added to my shelf of indie authors on my bookshelf. But oh my goodness, I'm just I'm so flipping happy for you, and I'm so proud of you, and this is amazing. Now I want to read this book. I have to finish the book I'm reading, but I will definitely read. This is going to be added to my to be read pile. And oh, Wendy, I'm going to message you right now. But I'm just none of you ever have to send me copies of your novel. But please tell me when you publish your books, because I'd love to go on Amazon and order a copy. But I will totally be reading this and leaving a review, Wendy, once I am finished. Just give me some time, because I'm clearly not reading at a very fast rate so far this year. But yeah, I'm so flipping happy for you. So I feel like I'm going to be reading your letter over and over and over again. Just thank you for your kind words. I'm so glad that I can be even a tiny part of the journey, and that I can help, and my videos can help in any way. Letters like this and seeing your book in print, this is one of the big reasons why I make these videos and why I do what I do here on this channel, and you know, why I'm still doing it almost 8 years later. This has made my whole week. This is just incredible. Oh my goodness. Okay. Before I get too sappy and start really crying thinking about all of this, I'm gonna go get some coffee and I'm gonna go sit down and read. I'm gonna put Wendy's book somewhere special on the coffee table so I can keep just admiring the gorgeous cover. And yeah, I'm gonna get on with a relaxing Saturday, and we'll just see what we end up doing today. It's probably not gonna be much, but that's okay, because this has just completely made the whole day. The day can end here as far as I'm concerned, and it will still be an absolutely wonderful day because of this lovely gift. So yeah, coffee, breakfast, all of that stuff. And then we'll just see where Saturday takes us.
I want slow love, uncomplicated touch, stable as we go, consistent as we grow. I want slow love, no need to rush. I'll say it in my dreams, strange as it may seem. I reminisce the codependence, the games that we played, lost our minds. So maybe you could stay, 'cause you got.
Okay, we're back at the desk. I don't know if we'll stay here. I just felt like getting up for a minute. Well, and I was already actually up for a minute. Sometimes these blinds want to open and other times they don't. Anyway, I've been reading. I've been having a lovely afternoon. I can't wait to go hiking later, which is really only going to be in just about less than 2 hours. It's a spectacular day. It's very similar to yesterday, just not as windy. So I think that's going to work out in my favor, because part of me really wanted to go hiking yesterday because of how beautiful the clouds were, but I just really wasn't feeling up to it. But today the clouds are very, very similar. It's this very big but low clouds with a lot of blue sky, and so the sun just every few minutes goes behind a cloud for a few minutes and then comes back out. So it's sunny for a few minutes and a bit cloudy for a few minutes, and then sunny again and then cloudy again. But even when it's cloudy, there's still tons of blue sky. And this probably seems like nothing to most of you, but we don't get clouds like this. Very, very, very rarely do we get clouds like this. It's either totally cloudy and like stormy, which is super rare, or it's really high, thin, wispy clouds. We get those a lot. These are just the kind of clouds of like storybooks. It's mesmerizing. I feel like in this vlog and the last vlog, you are really getting a true taste of just how obsessed with clouds I am. Like, I could just sit and stare at the clouds all day. I really, really could. I'm obsessed. I won't deny it. I am definitely obsessed. I'm having a lovely day. It's been really quiet. I did get interrupted briefly. They're done painting the buildings, but the apartment management was doing like a final inspection and found some things. There was an issue with the doors, so they're going around and painting, touching up all of the front doors. I think this weekend they're going around and just trying to get as many people as they can. Like, they're knocking and just seeing who will open and let them do the door right then. Then next week, I think they're just going to start doing everyone, and management will unlock the doors for anyone who's not home. And I did not want them to be doing that on a day I'm not here, so I'm actually really glad that they've come by and done that. It's just, I'll need to call the office on Monday morning and just make sure that I'm like now on the done list. So that's done. They just kind of closed the door even though the paint was wet, so I've cracked the door back open. It's such a nice day. It's not like the air conditioning is on, so I've kind of cracked the door open and I'm letting it dry. Hopefully that will get it to dry faster, and then hopefully it'll all be good to go by the time I want to go hiking. I'm hoping it looks okay though. I'm hoping that once it dries, it just blends in with the rest, because like the wet paint, it doesn't look that good. So fingers crossed. I've taken off my nail polish, so I need to put on a coat of the nail strengthener that I use. One of my nails, like half of the polish had just like chipped off, like half the nail was empty. And as soon as one nail starts to chip and go, it's like, okay, they all have to go. So I've done my nails. I've moved from the couch to my armchair by the door because the balcony door is open. So I don't know. I just decided I felt like I wanted to sit in the armchair. I can see out the window better when I'm in that armchair, so I can see the clouds and the sky, and it's one of the reasons why I have left that chair there. It's also one of the reasons why I really kind of wanted to rearrange the office and have that chair kind of in this corner, like where you all are sitting, facing out this way. But I'm still trying to figure out how that would work then with my desk. And also having the chair by this window is nice for about 6 months of the year. The rest of the year, this window has the blackout curtains in it, and it's really not as nice. But then maybe I could just turn it into a really super cozy reading nook during that time of the year. So I don't know. I say I'm gonna do stuff like this, and then it takes me forever to do it. But yeah, anyway, I'm sitting in the armchair. I'm doing some reading. It is after 2:30. Originally, I thought that I would read until 1 and then edit from 1 to 2 and then outline from 2 to 3 and then read from 3 to 4, and I've clearly not stuck to that plan. So now I don't know, do I want to just flip that around? Do I want to do some editing and outlining over the next hour and a bit? Do I want to I just want to keep reading, to be honest. But I feel bad. I feel bad for not editing or outlining. I don't know, it's not a rainy day, but there's something about these clouds. It just feels, it feels a little bit more like a spring day than winter. It's hard to explain exactly why, but like it's not that cold out, but it's also not that warm. It feels like an early spring day. The wind, it's not as windy, but there's still, can you hear that? Every now and then it picks up and I can hear the wind through the trees. I don't know, it's making me feel very sleepy, and it's making it hard for me to focus. And so I just don't think I would trust any editing, like actual editing that I would do today. I feel like this vlog is just turning into me like justifying why I'm not doing anything today. But I don't know, we need those days sometimes. Sometimes we really do just need a day or two. You know, we need a weekend to just relax. This video is going to go up on a Wednesday, but you know, I would say if when this weekend arrives, you just want to sit and read and do nothing and relax and do the things you want to do and not the things you feel like you should do. I feel like this is something that a lot of us who are academics or who have a side hustle or two or three, you know, when you're constantly doing a lot of things and balancing, you know, spinning a lot of plates, weekends feel like the catch-all time. And the weekends are when you get caught up on all the stuff that didn't get done during the week. And the problem is when you do that every weekend, you never actually get time off. And like last weekend, I let myself relax on Sunday, but like Saturday I still did a lot of book work. I'd done a lot of book work Monday through Friday the week before this past one, and then last weekend I did a lot of book work on Saturday, and then Sunday it didn't really feel like a day off because it felt like I was recovering from all of that work. And then I went and met up with a friend to go hiking, which was lovely, but there'd been an incident on the way to hiking, and I don't want to get into it because it just disturbs me even thinking about it. But I witnessed an accident, a car accident. It literally happened right in front of me. And everyone was okay, like more or less. No one, like everyone was walking around. You know, people looked upset and visibly shaken, but they were walking and talking and responding to the police and to the paramedics that arrived. And, you know, I think everyone was more or less okay, which is good. It's what you hope for. And I stuck around because like it literally happened right in front of me. So I didn't want to just drive off in case I needed to give a statement to the police. And so I did that once the police arrived. All of that went okay. And then I went and met my friends. So like at the beginning of that hike, I think I was still just really shaken and like hyped up on adrenaline from everything involved with witnessing the accident and then sticking around for the police afterwards. And so I was going too fast on our hike at the start, and there was also this group of guys right behind us going the exact same pace as us, and so it almost felt like they were setting the pace even though they were behind us. And I know better, so I should have just stopped and let them pass. But long story short, I overdid it on the hike, and so by Sunday night, it was a great hike. I had so much fun, and it was one of the longest hikes I've done all season, but it really wore me out. And so Sunday just ended up not really feeling like it was that restful. So last weekend just felt like it was one way or another very busy or frantic or rushed or intense, and by Sunday night I was just crashed and did not feel the greatest. And then that kind of fed into the week. So I think by this weekend it's like I'm actually feeling pretty good and my energy levels are feeling pretty good, and I could push myself to work, but it just feels like it might be better to let myself just rest, maybe even tomorrow as well. Which is just, it's so hard. It shouldn't be. Like, don't be like me. Don't be like me. I hate that it can feel so hard and I can make myself feel so guilty for just taking a weekend. But I am having to admit that like I had a lot of grading this past week. I'm going to have a lot of grading this coming week. As much as I want to like really dive into the editing and get my outline done and start writing, maybe for this next week I also need to just let myself do what I can, but not push myself to do as much as I normally would. Like maybe I just need to get past the rough drafts and the final drafts. It might be the next couple weeks where I'm doing book work, just not a ton of book work on each day. So I don't know. But I'm gonna stop talking. I'm, you know, this is, I don't know if this is gonna be the most interesting vlog. If it's not, I'm sorry. But just, I feel like this vlog is kind of turning into a random stream of consciousness. This is just what I'm thinking as I'm trying to justify letting myself just relax. So I'm gonna go get back to the book that I'm reading, because I think I just want to read for another hour-ish, and then we can go hiking, because I am enjoying the book and I'm getting into it. I think now I'm like 40%, 35 or 40% of the way through it. So if I could get to 50% by the end of today, that would be amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna go get back to reading and sitting by the open window door, balcony door, watching the sky, listening to the wind, all of that good stuff. And yeah, just continuing to have a nice, cozy, very relaxing Saturday.
Lost our minds, so maybe you could stay, 'cause you got me thinking that possibly I've changed. I won't slow uncomplicated side, stable as we go, consistent as we grow. I won't slow love, no need to rush. I'll say it in my dreams, strangers you may see.
All right, it is now nearly 4 o'clock, so I thought I would just give you an update to chat to you a little bit more. It's just about time to go hiking. I have made it. I'm 45% of the way through this book. This book is really good. Labyrinth by Kate Moss. It's really, really good. Or Mose. I don't know how she pronounced it. I feel like I'm going to keep pronouncing her name Moss and Mose, because I don't know which is correct. But yeah, it's really, really good. Still on the fence if I'm going to immediately or like near immediately read book 2. Part of me, and book 3. Part of me, I will read them all, I'm sure, at some point. Part of me kind of wants to wait until the summer, perhaps. I'm just starting to feel like I just really want lighter, easier books right now. My brain is just so tired, and I'm spending so much mental energy on my own books that when I'm reading someone else's books, I just want books that I don't have to think as much. An adult historical fiction novel that switches between 2 different timelines, and because part of it's set in 2005, which is around the time the book was written. It's an older book now, and then the 1200s, and it's fascinating. The history that it covers, and it's set in France. The history that it covers is fascinating. It's a part of French history and general world history that I didn't really know. I found this book because it was on a list of books to read if you liked Deborah Harkness's All Souls trilogy. And I love Deborah Harkness's All Souls trilogy. And so when I saw that this series and this author was like on this list of books to check out if you liked All Souls, I immediately looked it up. And I can see why they put it on that list. So far, it also is giving me slight Da Vinci Code vibes. I feel like it's maybe somewhere in between All Souls and Da Vinci Code. The book does hint at a slight element of fantasy. I just haven't gotten far enough to see if it's going to develop the way that it's hinting or not. So I don't know how much fantasy there is. I feel like All Souls is definitely more of a fantasy, supernatural fantasy novel, but Labyrinth so far seems less of that fantasy element. but like that's why I started reading it, because it was on this list comparing it to Deborah Harkness's books, and it just sounded like another, you know, really deep, rich history. Yeah, so it's fascinating, but it's not a book that you can kind of skim or read really quickly. You do have to read very closely and pay attention, or you're going to miss things, because there's the dual timeline, but then there's also multiple characters and POVs within each timeline. So it's a dual timeline, multiple POV. Multiple POV per each of the timelines. So it is a more complex book, and some of the reviews that I read before I started reading it, you know, were complaining that it's too complicated and there's too many characters and you can't keep track. You can keep track. I'm keeping track. I just have to read slower than I normally would read. So this book is more complicated. It's written in a more complicated fashion, and that's what I expect from a book like this that is so rich in history and detail. I want it to be more complex, and I want it to make me read more slowly, and that was one of the points of reading it and reading it now, because I am trying to read more books like this year that are longer books, are more densely written or more complexly written, and I'm really enjoying that about this book. But I'm still getting my brain to kind of switch and accept that I am going to read this one more slowly. So I am enjoying it. I'm now 45% of the way through, so I won't finish it tonight, but I'm going to try to do a little bit more reading in it this evening, I think. And then I think tomorrow is going to be another kind of just not do anything day. It's been a lovely day. It's going to be a great night. It's been a lovely day. It's going to be a great night. I still have some leftover stew to eat tonight, so I'm excited about that. But first, we're going to go for a hike, and I'm really looking forward to that. Feels like it's been forever. It's only been just under a week since my last hike, but it feels like it's been forever since I've been for a hike. So I think I'm going to stick to a simple hike today. I think I'm just going to do the Levee Trail. I might try to do the whole of the Levee Trail, because that would be just under 2.5 miles total. We'll see if I can manage that now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, without any further rambling, it is 4:03, so I need to go get changed and get my shoes on and get my water bottles, and we will go out for a hike and see what beautiful clouds we can observe out there.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. Trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke, and I will try to fix what has been broken and take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken, and I'll let my mind be carried by the waves. Will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread
as cloudy as I'd hoped it would be. Clouds are definitely dissipating, but there have been some really pretty clouds directly over the mountains, so not providing any shade for me, which would have been nice, but made for some really pretty pictures and video, so that was good. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this hike with me. It was windy, so that's actually kept me feeling pretty cool, but I think if I'd been out here earlier when there was more clouds to the west and like the sun going in and out from behind the clouds, I think it would have felt even colder. As I was getting ready to go, the guy who was parked next to me was coming back and finishing his hike, and he was like, "It's gorgeous out there. It gets really cold and then it gets hot and then it gets cold again." I can tell he had a fantastic hike with his dog. He was like, "Have a good hike." I ended up going off the Levee Trail to another trail that runs parallel to the Levee Trail, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be too wet, but it goes over a bunch of washes, and so those are more rocky and sandy than muddy, so it actually wasn't that bad. All totaled, it was about 2.5 miles, which is really good considering I haven't hiked all week. But it was beautiful. Just had my music playing. My cheeks are cold from the wind, but I feel fine. I feel just a tiny bit warm from the sun. It was nice and quiet on the trail. Some people, but not a lot of people, which I prefer. And on a weekend, you never know. It is why I've been gravitating towards this side of the park, because it just tends to not get as many people over here. I'm looking forward to coming back out here tomorrow and all week and next weekend. Like, the 10-day forecast is just perfection right now. It really is. It's just beautiful. It's just perfect. And so I know I'm going to be able to do a lot of hiking over at least the next 10 days, other than Tuesdays and Thursdays. But yeah, it's been such a good day, and I was thinking about that on the hike. I was thinking about the books, and I do have a kind of plan for what I need to do for editing across the pond that I think will help me kind of get going on that, because there's a couple of my biggest notes and things I do want to work on are related to the timeline, and I think I'm just nervous about that. So I think my first step is I need to create a separate little file in Scrivener and do the split window view, and just with that new window open, start writing down chapter 1 this month, this day, chapter 2 this month, this day, and then what happens. Then once I have that worked out, then fixing the issues will be easy, and I think then I won't feel as nervous about doing it. So I think that's what I'll work on probably tomorrow. I might do some work on that tomorrow. If not, then definitely Monday. So I feel like I know what I'm going to do the next time I do sit down to edit, and that makes me feel a little less guilty about taking a little bit of time off, because I really want this book to be done by the end of this semester. Like, I'd want it to be, if all that is left by May is the cover, I will be happy. If I can get the developmental editing, the copy editing, and the proofreading done by the end of April, I will be a happy bunny. That is really what I'm aiming for. And so that really leaves February and the beginning of March for developmental editing, and then probably 2 to 3 weeks for copy editing and 2 to 3 weeks for proofreading. So my developmental editing window is not as long as I think it is. But a month might be all I need for developmental editing. It really doesn't need that much, so we'll see. So I was thinking about that on the hike, and I was thinking a little bit about outlining, but like, I'm really not worried about outlining, and I'm not worried about Independent Hearts in general, you know, because that one's it would be nice to publish it this year, but it doesn't have to be published this year kind of project. But yeah, so thought about that, and then also just thought about how nice of a day it's been. The weather has been perfect. The clouds have been beautiful. I've had a nice, relaxing time. I'm nearly halfway through this book I'm reading. I now have another really interesting book that I want to read, thanks to Wendy. I'm still thinking about Wendy and her book. And Wendy, if you're watching this, or when you watch this, it really has made my day. I've been thinking about it all day, and every time I see it sitting there on my coffee table, I'm just so proud of you and so happy for you that you've published your first book, and so honored that you would send me a copy. Like, that's a first for this channel. Just that anyone would think I was an encouragement or an influence or an inspiration in any way in working on their book, that they would feel like they wanted to send me a copy. It just, I'm very happy. That really has been amazing today. So it's been an amazing day. It's been a quiet day, but it's been an amazing day. Like that, I woke up, I got that text or the message from her. It was a DM on Instagram right after I woke up, and then was like, well, shoot, like I should go to the post office and get it. I don't want it just sitting there. And if I know someone sent me something, I want to collect it and open it as soon as possible so I can thank them as soon as possible. So rushed over to the P.O. box, picked it up. As soon as I got it, I'd like, this feels book shaped, but I wasn't sure what book she would be sending me. And the fact that it's her book, because I've seen, Wendy, I've seen you talking about it in the comments on my videos. I know that she's been working on this. And so I won't gush and go on and on and on, but I'm just very proud of you, and I'm very happy that I am thrilled and honored that I have such wonderful people subscribe to me. And I'm very proud of our community here, that you all feel like you get something from these vlogs and that I'm helping you in any small way. Anyway, I could go on and on and on, because I'm a sap like that. But yeah, it's been a good day. I feel like nothing much has really happened in this vlog, but I also feel like all the conversations I've had with you today have been the kind of thing that the kind of little simple thoughts and conversations and ramblings that usually get edited out of the other vlogs that have more of a specific focus. So I don't know, maybe every now and then it's good to have a vlog like this one. You can let me know. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here because I know it has gotten long. So leave me some sun emojis for the gorgeous sunset that's about to happen. I'll show you a little bit of the sunset. I don't think I'm gonna stay for the whole sunset because I do need to get home and get cleaned up and have dinner and stuff. But leave me a sun for the gorgeous sunny and cloudy hike. But leave me a sun emoji or a book emoji for reading, or leave a bunch of celebration emojis for Wendy's book. And please tell Wendy congratulations in the comments for publishing her debut novel. I know, Wendy comments every now and then, so I know a lot of you will have recognized her username and things like that. I know you will have seen her in the comments. So definitely say congratulations. I will leave all of her book's details in the description box. I will try to remember to do that. And yeah, it sounds fantastic. So if the description I read to you earlier sounds good, maybe go check it out and support a fellow indie author on her debut novel. So yeah, let's definitely celebrate Wendy's book launch. I think it launched earlier in January, but this is the first time she's been able to tell me about it. So we're going to celebrate it now here on the channel. So let's celebrate her book down in the comments. And yeah, that's what I want to see the comments filled with. So I don't have a question. I just have a request, and that is to say congratulations to Wendy and to tell her how proud we all are of her for this massive accomplishment. So those are your instructions for the comment section, should you choose to accept them. And yeah, I'm gonna get home and have a lovely Saturday evening. I will see you all very soon in another vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye.
Thank